People love to tell you about the thrill of riding, the freedom, the wind, the speed, the so-called therapy of the open road. But here's the truth nobody dares to say out loud. Riding isn't just about joy. It's about survival, psychology, and a hidden cost that most riders pretend doesn't exist. And that's where I'm going to grab you by the throat right now, because you've been spoon-fed the same romantic cliches about motorcycles all your life. But no one told you the other side, the uncomfortable truths that make the difference between being a rider and being a fool on two wheels. Once you hear these, you'll never look at your bike or any rider on the road the same way again. And trust me, if you think you already know what I'm about to reveal, you don't. These are the raw, controversial realities that riders whisper about, but never admit publicly. Today, you'll finally hear them all. 1. Riding isn't freedom. It's a responsibility you haven't been trained to respect. Everyone advertises motorcycles as freedom. That's the lie. Freedom is the marketing line. The truth is that every time you twist the throttle, you accept a responsibility to dozens of strangers. Drivers, pedestrians, other riders, your family. If you don't treat that responsibility like a living thing, if you don't feed it attention and respect, it will devour you. Takeaway: start thinking like someone who's protecting others, not just chasing a high. That mental flip makes you far less likely to gamble with your life. 2. Skill only matters if you control your ego. You'll hear riders boast about wheelies, lean angles, or how fast they can corner. Skills are vanity if your ego drives them. The most dangerous riders are technically good, but emotionally sloppy. They do risky things to prove something to strangers or to themselves. Skill plus humility equals survival. Skill plus ego equals a coffin waiting for the next adrenaline hit. Takeaway: debug your motives before practicing a trick. Ask, am I doing this to improve or to be seen? 3. The bike you want is rarely the bike you should keep. We romanticize certain bikes. The loud machine, the rare model, the image. But sentimental choices cost you money, reliability, and sometimes safety. People cling to bikes that suit an identity, not their life. If you're honest, the best bike is the one that matches your skill level, your commute, and your temperament. Takeaway: pick utility and consistency over image. You'll be calmer and more competent on the road. 4. Community can save you or teach you how to die together. Riding communities feel sacred. They're also echo chambers. When everyone normalizes risk, dangerous habits become rituals. But community can also save you if it rewards accountability instead of bravado. Watch who is praised. Are the fast, risky riders idolized, or are the careful, prepared riders respected? That reveals if the group will lift you up or drag you down. Takeaway: join circles that correct bad behavior, not glorify it. 5. Comfort is a better lifesaver than bravery. We glamorize fearless riders who feel the road, but bravery that ignores comfort is a trap. Proper gear, a tuned bike, a relaxed riding posture. Those are boring words that actually keep your bones intact. Bravery without comfort is a headline. Comfort with discipline is longevity. Takeaway: prioritize comfort and preparation. It's less sexy, but it outlives fear. 6. The invisible risk is worse than the dramatic crash. People obsess over dramatic crashes because they're visual and cinematic. The real killers are subtle: fatigue, hunger, unnoticed tire wear, tiny lapses in concentration. These invisible factors accumulate until one small mistake becomes fatal. Dramatic crashes are rare. Slow decay is common. Takeaway: treat minor issues like alarms, fix them before you ride, and they never become catastrophes. 7. Modern tech can lull you into dumb decisions. ABS, traction control, powerful brakes. They are miracles. But they can also create a moral hazard. Tech makes you feel invincible, so you push limits. The truth is, the machine isn't your excuse to be sloppy. Use tech as backup, not permission to be reckless. Respect the limits, even if the bike's electronics don't. Takeaway: be conservative with new tech. Learn how it changes handling before you rely on it. 8. People will underestimate you, and that's where danger hides. Drivers rarely see you the way you see yourself. They underestimate your speed, your trajectory, or simply don't notice you. That everyday dismissal is where most collisions start. The most powerful defensive tactic is assuming everyone else is wrong about you and riding accordingly, as if you are invisible, because often you are. Takeaway: ride like others will make mistakes, and prepare to adapt every second. 9. Your mental state is the bike's most important maintenance item. You tune your chain, check your oil, do the same for your brain. Stress, anger, heartbreak, lack of sleep, these affect reaction times, decision-making, and risk tolerance. A perfect bike and a broken mind equal disaster. You must treat your head like you treat your brakes. Takeaway: if your emotions are unstable, don't ride. The inconvenience of staying home is tiny compared to permanent consequences. 10. The truth about cool is isolation, not respect. Riding can make you feel untouchable, and that illusion of cool often cuts you off from help when you need it. Riders who wear toughness like armor refuse aid, downplay pain, and avoid lessons. Real respect comes from competence and humility, not silent bravado. Want admiration? Earn it through safety, mentorship, and consistency. Takeaway: trade theatrical cool for dependable competence. People respect the latter more, and you live longer because of it. Those are the things nobody says because they break the romance. And truth has a habit of sounding cold, but cold truths keep you alive. Warm lies get you remembered for the wrong reasons. If you really want the freedom everyone sells, earn it by choosing discipline over drama. So here's the real question: how many of these truths have you actually felt on the road but never dared to admit? Because let's be honest, every rider has a moment where the mask slips. Maybe it was the first time you realized your ego almost killed you. Maybe it was when you looked at your dream bike and thought, "This machine owns me more than I own it." Or maybe it was that silent second, sitting at a stoplight, knowing every driver around you doesn't even realize you exist. And that's why I want you to drop your rawest, most unfiltered experience in the comments. Not the polished Instagram version, the ugly, uncomfortable moment that changed the way you ride forever. Because I'll tell you something right now, the stories in this comment section will probably teach you more than any training course or safety video ever will. So don't hold back. Confess the truth nobody else is willing to say. And if you're brave enough, challenge one of my points. Do you think freedom is real? Do you think cool still matters? Do you believe the risks are worth the ride? This is where riders split into two tribes, those who cling to the myth and those who face the reality. Which tribe are you in? Drop your answer below. I'll be watching.